Hey, what's up? Finally, today we're going to be making Persian Barbari. It's a traditional thick flat bread, kind of similar to focaccia, topped with flavorful whole wheat glaze and lots of beautiful seeds. Of course, the sourdough version. Many of you asked for this. Let's make it, shall we? I have a healthy active starter which I fed it 5 hours in advance. In a medium-sized bowl, add 8 grams salt, followed by 320 gram water, little bit of olive oil, about 5 grams if you want to know. 80 grams active starter, mixy. Lastly, for this recipe, I have 350 gram bread flour and 50 gram whole wheat. Make sure you're using strong, high protein flour. Then, with the back of a wooden spoon, I'm gonna mix everything. Then I'm gonna wet up my hands to mix this bad boy like a pro, to make sure there are no more dry spots. The better you mix the dough, the faster the dough comes together and you have better gluten network. Once you have a shaggy dough like this, cover it up and let the time to do the rest of the job. As always, temperature plays the main role. My room temperature is quite high, 28 degrees Celsius. I'm using sourdough starter, but you can make it with any starter you like. You can even make Polish, Biga, anything you like. 30 minutes later, as you might know, we are going to work on gluten development. Make sure to wet up your hand dealing with this high hydration dough. I'm gonna grab each part of the dough, stretch a little bit, and fold it to the center. Once I'm done with all the sides, I'm gonna grab the dough a couple of times, lift it up, and put it back to the bowl. Then use the scraper to clean up everything. Make sure to wet up your hand as much as you need. Grab the dough a couple of times, lift it up, put it back, and now with this circle motion, I'm gonna push the dough under itself to create a little bit more tension and round it up. Something smooth like this, which not gonna stick to my hand anymore. Gorgeous. Another 30 minutes rest. And same thing gonna happen here. Beautiful. This time I'm gonna let it rest for 4 to 5 minutes. If you are not using a very strong flour, you can reduce the hydration to 76 to 78%. But it has to be a high hydration dough. I mean, better not to be lower than 75% hydration. Now, I'm gonna give this bad boy 2 sets of coil fold, followed by 45-minute rest between each sets. After each fold, the dough should look like this. Let it finish its ball fermentation for up to 2 hours. Again, my room temperature is around 27 degrees Celsius. Of course, in cooler climate, it might take longer, but you can put it inside the oven with the light on to have the same temperature. For the topping, we need to make glaze, as this is a very unique bread. This is a whole wheat glaze, nothing fancy. 10 gram whole wheat flour, 60 gram water, and a pinch of baking soda. Make sure to mix it properly while it's cold. Traditionally, we use a little bit of baking soda, sugar, and oil. But I'm gonna skip the oil and sugar. If I wanted to cook this on the stove, the higher ratio would be better. But I have shortcut. I'm gonna put it into the microwave and cook this bad boy for 1 minute. But every 20 seconds, I'm gonna take it out, stir the batter, back into the microwave, and mix it again. Like so, I make sure there is no more lumpy spots and I have the texture like this, like a beautiful thick cream. Cover it up, let it cool down completely. After 1 hour and 45 minutes to be exact, the dough should look like this. Dome-shaped top, the surface is not sticky, pulls away from the side of the bowl. There are lots of bubbles and fermentation going on here. It's jiggly. Make sure to sprinkle a little bit of rice flour on the counter. And if you hold the bowl upside down, it's going to release like a piece of cake. Cut it into two pieces. Sorry for this poor shot. I forgot to move my camera. That's better. And then with very gentle touch, we're going to round this bad boys up. Don't push it too hard. We just want to create little tension. That's it. Don't use too much flour as I did. Look how gorgeous they are. Cover them with the damp towel and I'm going to let them proof on the counter somewhere between 40 minutes to 1 hour. Let these bad boys to proof on the counter and let me show you my oven adjustment. I'm going to use baking steel today. You can use baking stone or even an upside down tray. Set the temperature to 250 degrees Celsius. Another smaller tray to pour boiling water later and create steam. As I said, if you don't have baking steel or baking stone, you can use upside down tray. And let it preheat. As I'm going to bake them one by one and my room temperature is quite high, after 20 minutes of proofing, sprinkle little semolina on a baking mat or baking paper. I'm going to transfer one of this bad boy into the fridge. So by the time I finish baking the other one, this bad boy, it's ready to bake. We don't want this to get overproof, right? Alright, finish talking, time to bake. That little bit of semolina help us to get a crispy, beautiful bottom. Time to brush this gorgeous dough with the fancy glaze. Oh my god, that's really genius. And now everyone's favorite part, dimpling time. Here we use our fingerprint to open up the dough and make it a bit wider. Later, we're gonna shape it one more time. Then while you are stretching it, hold it with your finger and tap the dough a couple of times until you get the size you want. Don't push it so hard, don't tear it up. And then I'm gonna brush it with the glaze one more time, and with the tip of my fingers, I'm gonna shape the traditional Barbari with those gorgeous lines. Now for the love of Iran, sprinkle lots of black and white sesame on the top. And then use your finger one more time to make sure the seeds gonna stick to the dough beautifully. And now let us enjoy looking at this piece of art. Into the preheated oven, bake at 250 degrees Celsius. Half a cup of boiling water to create a steam and bake it for about 15 to 18 minutes. The one you get from the bakery is this size. But for a homemade Barbari, size doesn't matter, right? Adjust the baking time according to your oven situation, shorter or longer. But to me, this looks gorgeous. Crispy bottom. That's because we use semolina, remember? Now you know. Let's see what we got inside, shall we? I mean, wow, that's what I'm talking about, my friend. Smells like nothing you had before. When I was a child, I used to get it fresh from the bakeries almost every day for breakfast. I mean, look at it. You can pair this amazing bread with feta cheese, goat cheese, little bit of walnuts, fresh tomato, basil. I have some here. fresh basil from my garden. As simple as this. I'm gonna cry. Make this and you will thank me later. And there you have it, sourdough Persian Barbari from one of the oldest country in the world, Iran. It's Persian New Year, and I wish freedom for the people of Iran. Be their voices. Happy Nowruz. Like always, keep baking and take a good care of yourself.